RFID tag is a small chip with an antenna. So small it would fit, for example, on an adhesive or a wristband. An RFID tag can be monitored with a transceiver. Every movement of the RFID tag passing the transceiver will be recorded. Thus, complex logistic processes of any kind can be closely monitored. To find out more about the possible improvements that RFID might bring to healthcare, the Academic Medical Center in Amsterdam carried out a pilot.
This pilot supports us in, I think, two ways. It first gives us insight in how processes are going, and second is that we can use quantitative data to improve our processes.
The RFID tags provide quality information on the whereabouts of patients, employees, blood products and disposables. People's movements can be monitored, not just to locate personnel, but also to check on waiting times for a patient, or to find out if a person is actually the right patient for the planned surgery.
The data we get from the pilot are the number of patients who go through a specific process, the waiting times, throughput times, data also on employees involved in these processes, also data about the use of disposables and the use of blood products. The results of the pilot learned us many things. First of all, patients accept this technology very easily. Secondly, we learned a lot about our processes. And finally, we also can say that this technology can be safely applied in a high technological environment.
This morning on Today's Health, a computer chip that could be implanted under your skin so that doctors can quickly access your medical records. The FDA just gave a Florida company the go-ahead to do it. You might recall about 2 years ago, a family was implanted with a VeriChip right here on the Today Show. Scott Silverman is the chairman and CEO of Applied Digital Solutions, the maker of the VeriChip. Scott, good morning to you. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning, Lester.
Explain to me briefly what the VeriChip is and what it is supposed to do.
VeriChip is a tiny miniaturized RFID, or radio frequency identification microchip.
And in a minute, we'll talk about how you scan it, but tell me what information is on that, why that would be of great use if I show up in an emergency room.
Yeah, on the chip itself is only a unique identification number, and VeriChip can be used for the medical application as well as a security or a financial application. In the case of a medical application, on a database that ties to the chip, you can provide all your medical information, such as medical device information, medical records, and personal information. You choose what information goes on there, and you choose the type of affiliates, such as emergency rooms, that could have access to that information.
If you want us to know. Of course,
I want you to know?
Exactly. When we onboard you as a member, we explain to you in a much more intuitive way than I think other insurance companies would, how your plan works, how the network operates, and things like that. And one of the things we ask you is, can we get some more information? Do you authorize to get some more information about when you access care? And then
again, you go to the emergency room, this information is there, but to access this, the hospital has to have the scanning device. How soon will hospitals have the technology to match up with this chip?
Well, thanks to the FDA and their diligent work over the last 2 years, we now have the clearance to go to market with both the chip and the scanner.
Welcome to TIGO's demo for medical device tracking and UDI compliance with high-memory RFID. Healthcare providers are increasingly turning to RFID technology to improve patient outcomes, reduce costs, improve efficiencies, and comply with the new federal regulations governing management of patient records and medical equipment. The FDA is requiring unique device identification for medical devices and pharmaceuticals. Manufacturers are placing an RFID tag on devices incorporated with a human-readable label. The FDA will create and maintain the UDI database to prevent counterfeiting, manage recalls, and increase patient safety and supply chain efficiencies. TIGO's Radion tag is an RFID inlay that meets the requirements of FDA UDI with Six Sigma reliability and compatibility with existing labels and processes. The nature of TEGO's high-memory RFID ensures all information cannot be erased and lasts a lifetime of the part. Throughout the life of the asset, information can be read, acted upon, and updated again to the tag for increased efficiency, safety, and accuracy. TEGO provides a launch kit that has everything you need to deploy a medical tracking solution, or just want to test the technology. The kit includes a Gen 2 UHF RFID reader, handheld or desktop, TEGOView reader software, Radeon RFID labels, and a Getting Started manual. Thanks for watching. If you are getting ready to deploy RFID for healthcare and would like more information, please email us at info@tegoinc.com.
All right, show me how this works, because you've got a scanner here, and you have a chip implanted. Is it underneath your right
It's
arm?
in the right arm. You power up a scanner, and you simply scan the arm. And once you scan the arm, you'll see that the identification information.
And on the laptop here you have it hooked up to, it says some number, but that doesn't tell me anything about your health condition. Now, from that number, they access your health records.
That's correct. If you go into further detail on the database about Scott Silverman, it'll have my driver's license information, it'll have medical information, it'll have financial information, and it'll have security information for ingress and egress into facilities.
All right, you hear the sound in the background, people saying, Big Brother, too much information, a little scary. How do you respond to that?
Well, it's interesting. I used to get that question a lot 2 years ago. Today, we've gotten it a lot less. In fact, the Attorney General of Mexico and some of his staff have received this chip for security purposes. And when the acceptance rate of the product goes up significantly like it has, some of the privacy concerns go down. But to answer your question directly, Lester, what most people are concerned with is the invasiveness of this, that it goes in your body. And as we know with pacemakers and other medical devices, that when people accept it for its applications and for its ability is when it'll work its way into society. It won't be tomorrow, it won't be next week, but 2, 3, 5 years from now, slowly but surely it'll work its way into the mainstream.
People might as well hear it. I mean, people have to learn that was
forced to retire.
Listen.